Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of the 6 most valuable, ultra-rare coins ever discovered. These are not just pieces of metal, they are hidden treasures capable of changing fortunes. Stay with me as we uncover their mystery, unheard value, and the incredible stories behind them. Don't forget, and let's begin this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. First up, the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin stands as one of the most fascinating pieces in the nation's early decimal currency history. Struck during the formative years of Australia's transition to the decimal system, this coin holds not only monetary worth but a deep historical and cultural resonance. Introduced just 2 years after the country adopted decimal currency in 1966, the 1968 10-cent coin became one of the first coins to truly represent modern Australia, bridging the gap between the old British monetary system and the new independent economic identity. Every piece minted during this era carried with it the pride of a nation reshaping its identity, and though millions were made, very few have survived in collectible condition, making this coin exceptionally sought after today. In very dirty or circulated condition, the 1968 10-cent coin might appear unimpressive to an untrained eye, but to numismatists, even a worn specimen can hold immense value. The coin was composed primarily of copper and nickel, giving it a solid, metallic luster when new, but over the decades, environmental exposure has darkened and tarnished many of these coins. Interestingly, the copper component within the alloy reacts with air and moisture, creating unique patinas and colorations that give each coin a distinct personality. Collectors often admire this natural tunning, as it adds authenticity and character, symbolizing the passage of time. Despite its dirty or aged look, the 1968 issue retains historical significance, especially because it belongs to the first generation of decimal coins that replaced Australia's pounds, shillings, and pence system. Among collectors, the rarity of the 1968 10-cent coin in fine or uncirculated grades cannot be overstated. During the late 1960s, coin production techniques were still evolving, and strict quality control was not always consistent. Many of the coins minted that year suffered from weak strikes, planchet imperfections, and circulation wear. Consequently, finding one today in very fine condition, with clear detailing on the lyrebird design and sharp lettering, is a true challenge. In dirty or heavily used form, these coins can still fetch surprising sums, but those preserved or properly cleaned under expert care command premium prices. The fascination lies not just in rarity, but in the connection these coins offer to the dawn of Australia's decimal age. Market estimates for the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin can vary dramatically depending on condition, eye appeal, and certification. Coins in very fine condition often start around $1,000, while those in extremely fine or uncirculated grades can reach valuations between $5,000 and $9,000, or even more among serious collectors. The demand has grown steadily over the years as the number of surviving examples diminishes. Even coins in dirty condition are being reevaluated and restored by professionals who understand their investment potential. The growing recognition of this coin's scarcity has turned it into a prized collectible, and its value continues to climb as more enthusiasts enter the market for early decimal-era Australian currency. For those looking to invest or expand their numismatic portfolios, the 1968 10-cent coin offers a powerful opportunity. Its increasing market demand reflects the rising global appreciation for historically significant coins with limited surviving populations. Many collectors view it not just as a hobby acquisition, but as a stable, long-term investment, an artifact that can appreciate substantially over time. Investors who purchased these coins even a decade ago have already seen notable returns, and experts predict continued growth as younger collectors become fascinated with Australia's early decimal heritage. This trend highlights how coins once considered ordinary pocket change can evolve into remarkable financial assets. Aspiring collectors should, however, approach this coin with knowledge and care. Condition remains the single most crucial factor determining value, followed by authenticity and certification. It's advisable to have your coin professionally graded by reputable organizations such as PCGS or NGC, which can provide standardized evaluations and authentication. Cleaning should be done only by experts, as improper handling can severely reduce a coin's worth. Joining numismatic communities, attending coin fairs, and engaging with experienced collectors can also provide valuable insights. The more informed and connected a collector is, the better they can recognize a truly exceptional 1968 10-cent piece when it appears. Beyond its physical beauty and market appeal, the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin embodies the spirit of an era when Australia was embracing change and modernity. The lyrebird design, a proud symbol of the nation's natural heritage, represents freedom, uniqueness, and artistic harmony. It captures a piece of Australian identity in metal form, a reminder of the country's transition into a new age of economic independence. This cultural symbolism makes the coin not just a collector's treasure, but a piece of national storytelling, one that continues to captivate numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. Ultimately, the 1968 10-cent coin is more than an object of monetary value. It's a legacy of craftsmanship, culture, and evolution. Its growing international appeal has placed it among the most coveted early decimal coins in the global numismatic market. As each year passes, fewer of these coins remain in collectible form, driving both their scarcity and prestige. Whether held for passion, history, or profit, owning a 1968 Australian 10-cent coin, no matter how dirty or aged, connects you to a chapter of Australia's proud transformation. Its long-term appreciation is not just financial but emotional, representing a timeless blend of heritage and value that continues to shine through the decades. What makes the 1968 Australian 10-cent coin even more extraordinary is its lasting relevance in today's evolving collector landscape. As technology reshapes the way collectors trade and verify rare coins, this historic piece continues to bridge the gap between traditional and modern numismatics. Digital platforms, online auctions, and grading registries have introduced this coin to a worldwide audience, sparking renewed interest among enthusiasts from Europe, Asia, and North America. Many international collectors are drawn not only to its rarity, but also to the story it tells, of a nation confidently stepping into a new economic era while preserving its cultural identity. This expanding global awareness has transformed the coin from a local treasure into a symbol of universal heritage, admired for both its design and the era it represents. Looking to the future, the 1968 10-cent coin, potential for appreciation remains exceptionally strong. As collectors become more conscious of the historical importance and limited availability of early decimal issues, prices are expected to rise steadily over time. Even coins once overlooked in worn or dirty condition are now being carefully preserved and graded for future generations. Each specimen carries the marks of history, the fingerprints of countless hands, and the silent endurance of Australia's monetary journey. For those who recognize its worth today, this coin represents not just an investment in metal, but an investment in memory, a tangible fragment of a nation's transformation that will only grow more valuable as time itself continues to polish its legacy. Second, the 1971 Australian 10-cent coin stands as a remarkable piece of numismatic history, symbolizing the strength and transformation of a nation that had only recently transitioned into the decimal currency system. Introduced in 1966, Australia's decimal coinage marked a turning point in modern monetary design and economic identity, and by 1971, the country was still refining the production and distribution of its coins. This particular year's 10-cent coin carried forward the same iconic lyrebird design created by Stuart Devlin, yet subtle differences in the metal tone, strike quality, and finish distinguish it as a fascinating collectible today. Every 1971 dated piece carries a reflection of that formative era, when Australia was defining its modern identity while preserving the artistry and natural symbolism that set its currency apart. At first glance, a 1971 Australian 10-cent coin in dirty or heavily circulated condition may seem insignificant, its once bright shine replaced by dull copper-gray hues and environmental stains. But to seasoned collectors, that very patina tells a story of time, touch, and endurance. These coins were struck in a copper-nickel alloy, which gives them both durability and a subtle reddish undertone, especially when oxidation and wear take their natural course. Over the years, exposure to moisture, air, and handling has altered their color and texture, producing unique natural tones that many numismatists consider a part of the coin's authentic character. Far from diminishing its worth, such natural aging often enhances its appeal, as it underscores the authenticity and age of a genuine 1971 specimen, an artifact that has survived over half a century of circulation. While millions of 10-cent coins were produced in 1971, the survival rate of those in exceptional condition is surprisingly low. Many suffered scratches, abrasions, or dulling from constant use, making uncirculated or even very fine examples rare treasures today. Coins that retain their crisp edges, clear lyrebird details, and minimal wear are increasingly hard to find. The rarity factor intensifies when one considers the relatively limited quality control and minting precision of that era. A 1971 coin that remains intact with its original texture and clear imagery stands out in the numismatic community as a prized collectible. This scarcity, combined with the coin's historical position among the first decade of decimal issues, fuels its desirability and prestige among collectors across the world. In today's collector market, the 1971 Australian 10-cent coin can command prices ranging anywhere from $1,000 to an astonishing $9,000 or more, depending on its condition, certification, and provenance. While dirty or circulated examples are generally more affordable, even these are gaining rapid appreciation as more collectors enter the field, and the number of surviving pieces continues to decline. Cleaned or certified coins in high-grade condition have been known to sell for several $1,000s at auctions, especially when accompanied by verified grading reports from major certification bodies like PCGS or NGC. As demand rises, investors and enthusiasts alike are recognizing that this coin is no longer just pocket chain. It's an heirloom of Australian history and a symbol of the growing value of early decimal-era coins. For investors, the 1971 10-cent coin offers an intriguing balance of affordability and long-term potential. Unlike gold or silver bullion, which fluctuates with market conditions, rare decimal coins appreciate based on scarcity, heritage, and collector passion. The consistent rise in auction values for this coin over the past decade demonstrates its resilience as a tangible asset. Collectors who secured these coins years ago have witnessed significant returns, with values climbing steadily due to limited supply and increasing awareness. This has elevated the coin's reputation as both a historical artifact and a financial instrument, proof that numismatics is not just about collecting, but about preserving and investing in the nation's cultural wealth. Those looking to collect or invest in the 1971 10-cent coin must approach it with knowledge and precision. Condition plays the most crucial role in determining value, as coins that are scratched, polished, or improperly cleaned can lose much of their worth. Certification from professional grading companies ensures authenticity and provides standardized evaluation of quality. Collectors are also encouraged to study grading standards carefully, learning how to distinguish between fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated conditions. Joining numismatic communities and attending coin exhibitions or auctions can deepen understanding and open opportunities to find genuine pieces. The more a collector immerses themselves in this world, the better they can identify hidden gems and protect themselves from counterfeits or overvalued offers. Beyond its financial and collectible worth, the 1971 Australian 10-cent coin carries deep cultural symbolism. The lyrebird design, representing creativity, imitation, and the richness of Australia's wildlife, stands as a timeless emblem of national pride. It connects people to the land's natural heritage while reminding them of an era when artistry met functionality in coin design. Every fine detail, the feathers, the curve of the lyrebird's tail, reflects the craftsmanship and national spirit of its time. Holding one of these coins, even in its dirtiest form, is like holding a small piece of Australia's story, a token of resilience and transition that continues to echo through generations. As time progresses, the global appeal of early Australian decimal coins continues to expand, and the 1971 10-cent coin remains one of the most admired among international collectors. Its rarity, beauty, and historical depth make it a cornerstone of many serious collections. The long-term value of this coin lies not only in its rising market price, but in its ability to preserve the legacy of a pivotal moment in Australia's evolution. Whether treasured for its cultural meaning, kept as an investment, or admired for its craftsmanship, the 1971 Australian 10-cent coin endures as a symbol of both history and hope, proof that even a small piece of copper and nickel can hold the power to captivate the world for generations to come. What truly enhances the mystique of the 1971 Australian 10-cent coin is its endurance through decades of change, economic, cultural, and environmental. Each coin that remains today carries the marks of its journey, from pockets and purses to dusty drawers and forgotten coin jars. For numismatists, that journey adds emotional value beyond the metal itself. The dirt, the fatting details, and the time-worn patina become a testament to its authenticity and the passage of history it has witnessed. Many collectors say that a dirty 1971 coin tells a richer story than a polished one. It reflects a tangible connection to the everyday lives of Australians from the early 1970s, a reminder of how far the nation has come while holding onto symbols of its past. The blend of rarity, wear, and history gives this coin a living soul that makes it truly unforgettable. Looking ahead, the 1971 10-cent coin's legacy is expected to shine even brighter as the global numismatic community continues to embrace Australian coins with growing enthusiasm. Its limited surviving numbers and distinctive design make it a standout in any international collection, admired for both its craftsmanship and its historical depth. As collectors and investors increasingly view coins as cultural artifacts and financial assets, this piece continues to rise in prominence. Even in its dirtiest, most time-worn state, the 1971 Australian 10-cent coin remains a powerful symbol of endurance and transformation, a reminder that true value is not determined by shine, but by story. Its lasting appeal lies not only in the dollars it commands, but in the emotions it evokes, representing a timeless bond between art, heritage, and the human desire to preserve the past for the generations yet to come. Third, the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin holds an enduring place in the heart of numismatics, symbolizing a nation that had successfully embraced its new decimal system and was proudly refining the artistry of its coinage. Introduced just 8 years after Australia transitioned to decimal currency in 1966, the 1974 issue represented a period of stability and confidence in the country's growing economy. Though it shared the familiar lyrebird design crafted by Stuart Devlin, each year's coin bore subtle differences in metal quality, strike clarity, and overall finish. The 1974 10-cent coin captures the essence of that maturing phase of Australian minting, strong, symbolic, and deeply connected to the natural beauty of the land it represents. Today, it stands not only as a piece of currency, but as a reflection of Australian identity, craftsmanship, and historical progress. A 1974 Australian 10-cent coin in dirty or heavily circulated condition may not look like much to the casual observer, but to collectors, even such a coin can tell a fascinating story. Over decades of circulation, the copper-nickel composition has reacted to its environment, forming a unique patina that often darkens or dulls its once bright surface. This alloy, containing a balanced blend of copper and nickel, provided strength and durability for everyday use, yet it also allowed subtle color changes that serve as natural markers of age. The dirt and oxidation seen on many surviving specimens are not flaws, they're signs of authenticity and longevity. Each scratch and smudge reflects the passage of time, a silent witness to generations of Australian life since the early 1970s. Finding a 1974 10-cent coin in very fine or uncirculated condition today is remarkably rare. Most of these coins saw years of heavy use, traveling through millions of hands before decimal coins became more widely replaced by newer issues. The 1974 batch in particular was affected by limited minting precision, resulting in softer strikes and occasional die wear, which makes well-preserved examples even more desirable. When you encounter a coin from this year that still shows clear feather detail on the lyrebird, defined lettering, and minimal wear, you're holding a treasure that few others possess. Even coins that are dirty or tarnished can hold significant value if their underlying details remain sharp, proof of how scarcity and survival define true numismatic worth. In the collector's market, the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin has experienced a steady rise in demand and value. Depending on its condition and certification, prices can range anywhere from $1,000 to $9,000 or more for top-graded specimens. Dirty or circulated examples might seem modest at first glance, but when authenticated and properly graded, they can still command impressive sums due to the year's growing rarity. Serious collectors and investors are increasingly aware that coins from the early decimal years, especially those in limited surviving numbers, are entering the realm of high-value collectibles. As the market for Australian coins expands internationally, the 1974 issue continues to gain prestige as one of the hidden gems of modern numismatics. For those seeking long-term investment opportunities, the 1974 10-cent coin presents an ideal combination of historical importance and financial potential. Its rarity, increasing demand, and connection to Australia's monetary evolution make it a sound asset for those who appreciate both heritage and growth. Unlike volatile investments, rare coins possess intrinsic historical value that strengthens over time. Collectors who recognize the significance of this piece early have already seen its worth multiply. As the number of surviving coins in high grades continues to decrease, the potential for appreciation grows even stronger. This isn't merely a coin, it's a piece of economic art whose story deepens and value expands with every passing year. Collectors who wish to pursue this coin must pay careful attention to detail and education. Condition remains the defining factor of value, so learning how to identify wear patterns, surface damage, and genuine patina is crucial. Certification from professional grading bodies such as PCGS or NGC provides assurance of authenticity and establishes the coin's official grade, which can significantly influence its market price. Handling should always be minimal, using soft gloves or holders to prevent oils and scratches. Joining collector communities, attending coin fairs, and studying auction trends can provide valuable insights and networking opportunities. The more knowledgeable a collector becomes, the greater their chances of uncovering hidden treasures like the 1974 10-cent piece. Beyond its market value, the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin represents a symbol of cultural continuity and artistic excellence. The lyrebird design captures the essence of Australia's natural elegance, an image of creativity, harmony, and national pride. This coin connects generations, linking the stories of those who used it in everyday transactions to the collectors who now preserve it as a historical artifact. It embodies the craftsmanship and ambition of a nation moving confidently into the modern era while honoring its environment and heritage. Each surviving piece tells a story of resilience, artistry, and national identity, making it far more than just a small disc of metal. Today, as collectors around the world recognize the artistic and historical significance of Australian decimal coins, the 1974 10-cent piece continues to shine as a testament to enduring value. Its international appeal has grown steadily, admired for both its design and its rarity. Even in dirty, aged, or worn condition, it remains a valuable relic of Australia's evolving story, proof that true worth lies not in perfection but in preservation. Over time, its cultural and financial importance will only deepen, ensuring that the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin remains a prized possession for generations to come. A coin that unites art, history, and legacy in one timeless masterpiece. What makes the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin even more captivating is how it bridges the emotional and historical gap between ordinary currency and treasured artifact. Every mark, every stain, every worn edge is a silent storyteller, revealing where the coin has been and what it has endured. Collectors often describe handling such a piece as touching history itself, a link to the people and places that once shaped Australia's economy during a time of transition and growth. Even in dirty condition, it carries a kind of rustic beauty, a natural patina that no modern minting could ever replicate. This imperfection, rather than detracting from its charm, enhances its authenticity, making each coin a one-of-a-kind survivor of an era long past. As time moves forward, the legacy of the 1974 Australian 10-cent coin continues to grow stronger, both in value and in meaning. Its significance extends beyond the boundaries of numismatics, representing the enduring spirit of Australia's craftsmanship and cultural pride. International collectors are increasingly drawn to its timeless design and its story of perseverance through decades of use and change. As fewer well-preserved examples remain, even those in dirty or aged condition are finding new appreciation among passionate enthusiasts. The future promises steady appreciation in both sentimental and financial terms, ensuring that this remarkable coin will not just remain a collectible, it will remain a legacy, a lasting reminder that true value endures not because it is untouched. Fourth, the 1981 Australian 10-cent coin stands as a striking chapter in the country's numismatic story, marking an era when Australia's decimal currency had already matured, but continued to evolve in subtle and fascinating ways. First introduced in 1966, the decimal system had by 1981 become a staple of daily life, yet each new issue carried with it a sense of national pride and artistic continuity. The 1981 10-cent coin, featuring the beloved lyrebird design by Stuart Devlin, symbolized the enduring strength and beauty of Australia's natural heritage. But what makes the 1981 issue so extraordinary today is not just its design, it's its scarcity in top condition, its historical importance as part of the early decimal legacy, and its growing reputation as one of the most valuable 10-cent coins ever struck in the nation's modern coinage history. Though millions of coins were minted that year, the majority entered circulation and endured decades of wear, exposure, and environmental change. A 1981 10-cent coin in dirty or heavily circulated condition may look dull, stained, or even corroded, yet to experienced collectors, these imperfections tell an irreplaceable story. Composed primarily of copper and nickel, the coin was built to last, but over time, oxidation and handling have given it a darkened, almost bronze-like patina. This aging effect is not seen as a flaw, but rather as evidence of authenticity and endurance. Each dirty 1981 coin has its own unique color tone, shaped by the conditions it has faced over the last 4 decades. For numismatists, this natural patina is a mark of character, representing not just a piece of metal, but a tangible fragment of Australian life preserved in copper and nickel. Finding a 1981 Australian 10-cent coin in very fine or uncirculated condition is an increasingly rare achievement. By the early 1980s, Australia's minting facilities were mass-producing coins to meet economic demand, and as a result, very few were kept aside in pristine form. Those that survived with sharp details, where the lyrebird's tail feathers are crisp and the queen's portrait remains unblemished, are now considered treasures. Dirty coins can still carry immense value, particularly if their design elements remain intact beneath the surface grime. The rarity of this year's high-grade examples has transformed what was once everyday pocket change into a symbol of heritage and exclusivity. In today's numismatic market, the 1981 10-cent coin's value can range dramatically depending on its preservation, with fine examples starting around $1,000 and top-graded or certified specimens selling for as much as $9,000 or more. The coin's value continues to rise as collectors and investors recognize its scarcity and historical significance. Even those coins that appear tarnished or aged are now being sought after for professional restoration and certification, as the supply of well-preserved examples diminishes every year. Auctions and private sales across Australia and abroad have shown consistent appreciation for early decimal coins like this one, confirming that their worth extends far beyond their face value. As an investment, the 1981 Australian 10-cent coin presents a fascinating opportunity. Unlike many modern collectibles, its value is not merely speculative. It's rooted in tangible rarity, cultural identity, and international appeal. Those who invest in early decimal coins are investing in a piece of Australia's transformation, in the craftsmanship of a nation defining its currency's personality. Over time, these coins have demonstrated stable and consistent appreciation, making them a wise choice for collectors who seek both historical satisfaction and financial growth. In a world increasingly dominated by digital assets, holding something physical and meaningful, like a 1981 10-cent coin, offers a rare sense of permanence and pride. Collectors interested in acquiring this coin must approach it with knowledge and care. Condition remains the ultimate determinant of value, and proper grading can make the difference between a modest collectible and a premium investment. Coins should never be aggressively cleaned, as improper methods can destroy the delicate surface details that define authenticity. Certification from reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC not only enhances the coin's credibility, but also secures its market recognition. Engaging with coin communities, both online and in person, allows collectors to share knowledge, spot fakes, and stay informed about price trends. For those dedicated to building a serious numismatic collection, education and connection are key tools for long-term success. Beyond the numbers, the 1981 Australian 10-cent coin carries immense cultural symbolism. The lyrebird design captures the essence of Australia's natural grace and artistic soul, a creature famed for its mimicry and beauty, mirroring the country's spirit of adaptability and creativity. The coin stands as a timeless reminder of Australia's journey from the old British system into a proud, modern identity defined by its own symbols. Holding one, even in its dirtiest and most weathered form, feels like holding a piece of national heritage, a relic that has passed through the hands of countless Australians and continues to tell their story through its surface marks and tone. As years go by, the allure of the 1981 10-cent coin only grows stronger, not just among Australian collectors but around the world. Its combination of rarity, history, and artistry makes it an international favorite among those who value coins as both investment and inspiration. Each surviving piece carries a legacy far greater than its monetary worth. It embodies endurance, memory, and the beauty of imperfection. Whether cherished for its artistic design, preserved for its investment potential, or admired for its historical soul, the 1981 Australian 10-cent coin will forever stand as a shining example of how something small and humble can hold immeasurable significance in the story of a nation and the hearts of those who collect it. What makes the 1981 Australian 10-cent coin truly extraordinary is how it bridges the emotional connection between history and human touch. Every dirty, aged example has its own story, a story of time, circulation, and survival. It may have been part of everyday life decades ago, passed through shops, markets, and the hands of ordinary Australians, each leaving behind subtle marks that make it uniquely personal. This weathered surface tells a tale of endurance, and that's what collectors cherish most. It's not just about perfection, it's about authenticity, the sense that this small coin has lived a full life and now carries the silent echoes of Australia's journey through the 20th century. When collectors hold it, they aren't just holding currency. They're holding memory, craftsmanship, and cultural soul in its most tangible form. As decades continue to pass, the legacy and desirability of the 1981 10-cent coin will only grow stronger. Its place in numismatic history is already secure, but its financial and emotional value are far from reaching their peak. The world's fascination with early Australian decimal coins continues to expand, and the 1981 issue has become a symbol of both rarity and resilience. Even in the dirtiest, most time-worn condition, this coin stands as living proof that true worth isn't measured by shine or flawlessness. It's measured by meaning. With every passing year, fewer authentic examples remain in circulation, ensuring that those preserved by collectors today will become treasures for future generations. In the story of Australian coinage, the 1981 10-cent coin will always shine, not because it is perfect, but because it has endured, an eternal reminder that value